Yo, you guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 4. This has been a successful series, honestly, so far. I'm having a great time doing it. It's a blast, honestly. I hope you guys you had a good week, and I want to know if you guys liked the last episode, the collaboration episode. I mean, the sound quality definitely wasn't the best. I'm gonna try and get that fixed. I have an idea or two to possibly help it out. Let me just adjust this. Brother. Freeze. Okay. And this week, I kind of want to talk about NFL recap, the trade deadline, and everything, because you guys know, if you've been a supporter of the channel, you know I want to go to the NFL. That's definitely my dream. So first, I think we'll get into the trade deadline. A couple like the three biggest moves. I mean, not too much happened on the actual day of the deadline, but there were a couple things. First off, Marshawn Lattimore to Washington. My insides are still crying, guys. Like, I saw that happen. I was like, you are kidding me. I literally saw that right before I started the episode of my last podcast because I filmed it on did it on Tuesday with Dolphins Prod. And yeah, my insides were crying. I wanted to cry too, but I knew I couldn't. I knew I had to hold it together, alright? I'm just so sad. It's been a rumor for years now, so I mean, at least we got to keep him a little longer. He does get injured quite often, but that's life. I'm a DB and I get injured a lot too. I feel like that's just how it is. But any position really can get injured a lot. Yeah. I'll look up the exact details because I thought it was just like a fourth round pick or something, third round pick, but it ended up being a little different. They added lots more stuff in. At the end of the day, is it worth it? I don't know. I really don't. And also, he couldn't make his debut. Oh, and he's not even going to play at Philly 12 minutes ago. Marshawn Lattimore, CBS Sports, will not play against Philadelphia. Come on, bro. He's always hurt. That's one thing that was kind of annoying. Yep, Commanders get a discouraging injury news on $97 million All-Pro. God damn. Let me find trade. It's not showing up. Washington has sent a third, a fourth, and a sixth-round pick in the 25 draft, and for this to the Saints in exchange for Lattimore and a 2025 fifth. I thought it was just Lattimore straight up for a third, and I wasn't sure about that, but even adding the fourth and the sixth, and we had to give a fifth round too. I don't know. I'd rather keep Lattimore, honestly. I mean, come on. If what, four-time Pro Bowl cornerback? It makes me so sad. I don't even know at this point. Like I said, I knew it was a rumor for a long time, but I didn't want it to happen, obviously. I mean, at least he went to Washington, because I like Washington. They're probably one of my top 10 favorites. I don't mind them. They're a good team. Especially this year, Jaden Daniels is that dog. Like, it's crazy. He's doing so good. I'm so sad. Why did he have to go? Imagine he makes a return. I feel like, like some players that could leave their original teams sometimes do come back. I feel like Lattimore's one I could see coming back. Ugh, this thing. Stop shaking, dude. Freeze. Okay, here we go. Honestly, yeah, I'm so sad. My insides are still upset. It's just, I'm so sad, dude. Like, why? Why did it have to happen? Why did it have to be him? I mean, we don't have any other really trade bait though either. Unless it'd be like a really young player, but I'd even not then I don't know who that would be. Our defense is a very big mix of young players and old players. Like, oh, it's kind of crazy. Like, so we'll go Tyron Matthew, Demario Davis, and Cam Jordan are like the three-headed monster now with Lattimore gone, but they're all so old, which makes me sad because they're gonna start retiring too. I mean, Matthew's probably gonna stick around the longest. I don't know how Cam Jordan is still staying here. He's like what 11th season? Like it's insane. I honestly can't believe it. He's 35 years old, dog. Like he's really pushing it. But I guess he just wants more. He's been an incredible player for us. He literally has 118 career sacks. That's insane. He's been a heck of a player for us. I'm very happy to have him. And he's an interception too this year. Like, come on, that's crazy. And in 2014 and 2017. 695 combined tackles, 3 interceptions. Like, that's insane. Thank you for everything, Jordan. I will be sad when you leave too. But I'll be mostly sad when Demario Davis leaves. I love Demario. He honestly might be my favorite player in the entire NFL. I love him so much. He is an incredible player. Where do I find him, dog? Ah, I don't like one-handed typing, dog. I'm not good at that. Yeah, Davis. I don't know how old. Davis is 35 too. Oh my goodness. How are these guys still here? Honestly, like, oh my goodness. These guys are really pushing it. I wish Davis and Jordan could have had championships. I really do. But when you think about it, you can't quite get everyone to championship, all right? It's just that's how it works, am I right? Like, yeah, like got to try the best you can, but can't get everyone a championship. Amari Davis is a legend, though. He's literally Saints legend. He's literally got 1,300 combined tackles, or 1,300. Almost, he's been hitting 100 almost every year since 2017. That's insane. He's got 3 picks in his career as well. And 43.5 sacks. He's been cooking last year and the year before. So 23 and 22. He had 6.5 sacks. Bro is cooking. I'm trying. Okay. Let me just lean over here because I'm sitting on the same couch I was in the first 2 episodes. First 3, actually. I just decided not to do video because, like, I don't know. It's less of a hassle and I can get these episodes quicker to you guys. And it's a podcast, like come on. And that way I don't have to like show well, you know what I mean. I'm just trying to get these episodes quickly as possible. And it's a podcast. Podcasts aren't supposed to have video. And the video's not necessary if I'm being honest. Unless I'm showing something, which I usually don't have to. It's just the video's not necessary. Yeah. Anyway, the Saints team is gonna start crumbling soon. All of our good players are gonna start leaving. Like, why couldn't a Lattimore stay, dude? He's younger. He's literally younger than our now 3-headed monster that's gonna start to leave soon. Let me oh god, check some Tyron Matthew stats. He's older. He's not as old as Davis and Jordan, I don't think. He's 32. Okay. I mean, it's alright. That's an alright age. He might have a couple seasons yet. Let me check his stats. Honestly, I'm very happy to have Tyron Matthew on this team. He literally sealed the game for us, basically. Well, his pick definitely helped. It wasn't the exact final play, but it definitely helped us seal the game last week against Atlanta. Yeah, this season he's already got 3 picks, tied at 8th spot. That's not that bad, honestly. Forced fumble to 30 solo tackles. Yeah, I'm very happy to have Tyrann Matthew on this team still. At least still one breakout superstar DB that we can have. But yeah, hopefully he stays for quite a while longer. Can I see, like, yes, career stats? I don't want just this season. Oh, I didn't realize he was LSU. I just started being, like, paying more attention to college as, like, this year, honestly. I like Ole Miss is my team. I'm always wearing my Ole Miss sweater if you guys haven't seen. Yeah, this is Matthew's 3rd season on New Orleans. He spent 3 with Kansas City, 5 with Arizona, and 1 with Houston. Interesting. But across his entire career, he's got total tackles, 813 of them, 11 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, which is kind of pretty sick, and 7 fumble recoveries. Yeah, 36 picks. Ooh, my goodness. 4 defensive touchdowns. Unless we got an offensive passing touchdown, which I don't think happened. Receiving, rushing. Wow, long return of 74? Yikes. Oh, wow, that was with New Orleans last year. I don't remember that. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. It was in the last game of the season against Atlanta where we smoked their goofy ass. That was funny. It was 17-48. That was fun. That was something to enjoy. 99 pass deflections in his career as well. Jeez, 530 interception return yards. He had 122 with New Orleans last year. That's crazy. Yeah, I definitely love having Tyrann Mathieu on this team. He is great. I'm glad he's still here. For how much longer? I don't know. Honestly, if Demario Davis and Cam Jordan continue into next year, I'll be very surprised. Like, yeah. There is older linemen. Calais Campbell's pretty old, but, like, I don't know. I just don't see it in the future. But it's not like Davis or Jordan have injury history. Lattimore's always injured. But cornerbacks sometimes don't play as long either. Same with receivers. I don't know. I feel like cornerbacks, receivers, and running backs are kind of like the positions that play the least amount of time. Just from recent memory. We had a running back retire this past offseason, Damian Harris. I think it was due to injury history. He's only played like 5 seasons. He got really big. He got bigger with the Patriots a couple years ago. And then he went to the Bills last year, had a pretty bad injury, which probably did it for him. I forget what it was, but yeah, that made me sad to see. And Leighton Vander Esch, who was a Cowboys linebacker, also retired. That also makes me sad, dude. Like, it was a lot. It seems like a lot of young players that didn't play too much all retired this past offseason. Along with Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey too, which they're older. They have an excuse. But yeah, it made me sad to see those younger guys retire and played very much. Like, I feel like at least 8 years is a pretty solid career. Anything less is kind of just, if you have to retire any time less than 8 seasons, any time quicker than that, I feel like that's pretty bad. But if it's injury history and it's for your own health, yeah, you should do it. But I feel like 8+ seasons is a pretty good career. That's just my opinion. Let me know if you guys think otherwise. I feel like 8's a pretty good number. 7 would be okay too, but anything less, and it has to be has to be done by an injury. And yeah, so I'll get in after talking about my team for a while. I'm gonna go to the next trade that was made on the day. Jonathan Mingo. Honestly don't know what to think about this one. I've heard a couple people call it a bust now on YouTube. I mean not a bust, but like a really bad trade move, bad trade value and stuff like that. I don't know if that's true. I mean, Mingo's young. Is he not in his second year? I'm pretty sure he is. I mean, some people got to give him a break. Like, I mean, yeah, Dallas probably did overpay for him. A fourth round pick is kind of crazy, but I think he could just calm down. I'm pretty sure Mingo's pretty young. Let me check for you. He's not showing up. There we go. 20, yeah, he's literally 23 years old. Cut the guy a break. I'm pretty sure he's only in his second season. Like, that's not fair. Cut him a break. He's so young. Yeah, 2023 combine. He's quite fast too. 4.46 is not too bad. Like, you gotta cut the guy a break, alright? He's young. I mean, a fourth round pick, yeah, kind of a lot. I mean, it should have been fifth at most. But, like, just, it's not that, it's not the worst trade ever, okay? Like, worst trade ever was Russell Wilson, if we're being real. And definitely in recent history. Or the Trey Lance trade. For all those picks, traded their picks. Get freaking Trey Lance. Waste of money as well. But yeah, you gotta calm down with the Mingo trade. I feel like that's not too bad value, honestly. Well, I know. Yes, the fourth round pick is kind of a lot. It should have been a fifth at most, but give it a break. Give it some time. He's young. He's developing. Okay, like people are so impatient. Like it's not the worst trade in NFL history, which is one of the videos I've already seen recently. Like, come on. Gotta give him some time. He's developing. Some players are not just a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase out of the gun. Like they need some time, alright? It's all in good time, okay? So honestly, I'm gonna grade all these trades when I'm done, and the next one I have is Khalil Herbert to the Bengals. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that name. Might not be familiar with the Lattimore trade, and the Mingo. Lattimore is definitely the biggest name that got traded. Khalil Herbert, running back from the Bears to the Bengals. Honestly, I don't think he did half bad last year in Chi-Town. I remember he had a couple games with rushes. Let me check. I don't look at Herbert much. I mean, I look up NFL players for fun. Just to browse his stats because I'm like the stat king. I got a statty stats. But yeah, Herbert is I feel like Herbert's a good move for the Bengals. Like they have Chase Brown, which is very, very capable of being a number one running back, especially the way he's been playing this season so far in his second year. Come on, cough it up. Okay, here we go. This season, Herbert's only got 116 yards, which does kind of stink. It's a slow start. Let me, yeah, check his stats and then check what he was traded for. Yeah. Oh wow, he's been in the league since 2021 with Chi-Town. 103 that year, 129 22 in 2022, and 132 in 2023. And then the 16 yards he has this year was with Chicago. I mean, it's alright. It's solid depth. Oh, that's carries. Oh my gosh, my bad. I was looking at carries. Never mind. We'll just forget that happened. 2022 was his best year with 731 yards, which for a running back, that's all right. I mean, not everyone can get 1,000 yards, especially if you're like trying to balance out. because I'm pretty sure the Bears still had David Montgomery in 2022. Yeah, because he came with the Lions, just joined the Lions last year. So 433 in 2021, 731 in 2022, 611 in 2023. Hey, that's not too bad, okay? I feel like there's value there, okay? Just got to give him some time. And he's got a career total of 9 touchdowns. He had one here. He had one this year with Chi-Town as well. A career long run of 63 ain't too bad. 2022 was definitely his best year. No fumbles, which is always a good sign. I feel like you gotta calm down. Oh, when he received a pass last year, he fumbled. He had 134 receiving yards last year. It's not too bad either. I mean, it's a good move by the Bengals. Let me check how much they traded him for. And traded for him. Well, Herbert trade. The Bears on Tuesday traded running back Khalil Herbert to the Bengals in exchange for a 25 7th round pick. That's not the worst thing ever. Cincinnati didn't have to give up much at all. Chicago didn't give up much. Just nothing else besides Herbert. Honestly, that's not the worst thing ever. Like, the Bengals could use some depth at running back. If Chase Brown gets hurt, they're gonna need some help. And I feel like Herbert could be that dude. He's only got 1 carry so far, which was on Thursday night, because that's the only game he's played with the Bengals so far. 1 carry is nothing out of it, but give him some time. I feel like he could be a solid backup, solid duo. There's not too many running back duos. Like, the Packers could have had one in the offseason, but dumped Aaron Jones after they got Josh Jacobs, which I understand. I mean, I would definitely take Jacobs over Jones too, but you could have kept it. Could have kept your duo, right? Unless Aaron Jones was taking lots of cap space up. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it felt like it could have been a solid duo. Aaron Jones is slow, though, and getting older. I mean, at this rate, 28, 29 years old is vintage for a running back, which kind of sucks. Because then they only get, 8 seasons, maybe. 8 seasons, 9 seasons at most. Probably just 8. 8 or 7. But yeah, the running backs are dropping off a lot, and I'm not a fan of it. Like, NFL's literally trying to get rid of the running back position, and I don't like that part. I feel So what? How about you try and get rid of the fullback position instead? All right, no one cares about fullbacks. Fullbacks are weird. We don't need fullbacks. Get rid of fullbacks. Keep the running backs. There's no Mike Alstott anymore, or nothing exciting when it comes to running backs anymore. All right, come on. No one uses fullbacks anyway. I mean, there's maybe 3 solid fullbacks: Reggie Gilliam, Patrick Ricard, and best one is probably Kyle Juszczyk on the Niners, and the other 2 are from the Bills and the Ravens. I mean, there are solid fullbacks, but let's be real, they're kind of just blockers. I don't know why you're trying to get rid of the running back position. I don't understand, and I don't like it either. Come on, you can't pass the ball every time. You're making it too easy for defenses. Come on. That's not fair, dog. It's not fair at all. I mean, I'm a defensive player, but even then, you gotta have 2 things. What are you gonna do? Play action with a fullback? Run it with a fullback? Come on. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Let the running backs live. Let the position keep on rolling. Come on. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. But yeah, honestly, those were basically the 3 top trades that I wanted to talk about that happened Tuesday. And honestly, I'll rate everyone now. I'll try not to be biased, but as a Saints fan, for Washington, the trade was probably a B minus or something. I don't go to school, so I don't use grades or anything. I'm homeschooled, but I feel like I can tell which is better and stuff like that. Washington, I say it's a B plus because they did give up like 3 picks for it and kind of hurt their next year's draft. I mean, Washington's going all out. I mean, possibly, but I still think they need some time. You got a rookie quarterback under center, guys. Like, come on. And for New Orleans, that trade, I mean, it's good for the future, which I guess New Orleans is trying to do because, like I said, they literally have quite a few old players on that team. The three-headed monster on defense is getting older, and Derek Carr on offense is getting older. Taysom Hill's getting older. I'll be sad when Hill retires too. I'll be sad when all of them retires. Like, it's rough, dude. Like Hill especially. Like, if we don't got no receivers, they're all on IR. Like, we got Taysom Hill. We don't need receivers. We don't need running backs. We got Taysom freaking Hill. But yeah, it's kind of rough. It'll be rough when he retires too. But New Orleans is kind of a mix of young and old. I mean, Kamara's not that young either, but he's not our biggest problem right now. We got Jamal Williams too, which I wish would get more playing time, and young Kendre Miller too from last year's draft. I feel like defenses are going to be our biggest problem when our top three start retiring. Our cornerback room is all right though. We got Paulson Adebo, Alante Taylor, and McKinstry. Kool-Aid McKinstry. His real name is Jaquincy McKinstry. If you haven't heard, like G-A McQuincy. J Jaquincy. Yeah, Jaquincy McKinstry. That's funny. I saw that in one of Benchwarmer Brand's video. I don't know if you heard of him. He like does NFL skits and stuff. Those I really enjoy his videos. He exposed the rookies from this year's draft have using nicknames instead of their real ones. Apparently, the Kool-Aid part on McKinstry's first name is because his smile when he was a baby just to remind his grandma of the Kool-Aid guy, which that's kind of funny, honestly. It's definitely interesting. And for the Jonathan Mingo trade, ugh, for Carolina, that's probably like a B minus as well. I mean, they got another draft pick, which they needed, but getting rid of a young guy like that and not letting him develop, I don't know. I mean, you can tell more and more Carolina's going to start leaning heavy on the run game, just as they did Sunday in Germany, because they literally traded 2 receivers of their receivers, Mingo and Johnson, a little while before, like maybe a week, not even a week before. Deontay Johnson to the division rival of the Steelers, of where he came from, of course, just naturally. It always happens like that. And Dallas, the trade, I don't know, maybe a C plus, C minus, something like that. They overpaid, but maybe he develops to become a really good player. And for the Herbert trade, for the Bears, oof, I don't know. I feel like the Bears get a D plus on that because they literally gave up their running back, their better running back for a 7th round pick. I mean, well, he's one of the better. I mean, I did forget they have DeAndre Swift, but I don't know. I feel like they still could use Herbert, but the Bengals could use him. That's why I'll give the Bengals probably a A minus for this. They kind of fleeced Herbert's. Like 700 yards in a season is not that bad for a running back. I mean, Kamara has. I don't know if Alvin Kamara's hit 1,000 yards his entire career. Just think of that for a second. Like that's wild. So I mean, 700 yards. That's not too bad. And yeah, I think that's going to conclude it for this episode. I just wanted to talk about a little NFL stuff. I might start doing more like NFL skits and stuff. I'm thinking of my next short being like an NFL week 10 recap or something like that, because it's Wednesday today, and I might post a short like that today or tomorrow. Or so today or Wednesday or Thursday, you guys probably would have seen it by now because this will be out on Saturday, just like all my other podcasts. Well, besides episode 2, because I fluffed that one up. My bad, guys, but it's out. It got out in the end. Okay, and I hope you guys are having a good week, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you guys next time. Peace.